Hi viewers, this is Avinash Agri. In this video, mainly we discuss about the types of tillages. There will be two types of tillages. Mainly, first is the on-season tillage and the second is the off-season tillage. Now we see the on-season tillage. In the on-season tillage, mainly it is done during the cropping seasons. It may be June to July or the September to the October. Mainly like on-season means like when there is a cultivation of the crop, it will come under the on-season tillage. And the second is the off-season tillage. Off-season tillage is done during the fallow or non-cropped seasons. Mainly in the summers, mostly the off-season tillage is practicing. Mainly in on-season tillage, like tillage operations done for raising the crops in the same season or at the onset of the cropping season are called as an season tillage. Like in on-season tillage, like before the raising of crops or in the at the time of the crops, mainly this season tillage practices are done, and it may be like two types, like preparatory tillage and the inter tillage. Now we see the preparatory tillage. Like in the preparatory tillage, mainly the main function is to, it refers to the tillage operations that are done to prepare the field for raising of crops. Like for the raising of our crops, mainly this preparatory tillage is done in the field. Like it is divided into three types. Further it can be divided. Like first is the primary tillage, and the second is the secondary tillage, and the third is the seedbed preparation. Now we see the first one, primary tillage. Like the first practice is called as primary tillage. The first cutting and the inverting of the soil. This is done after the harvest of the crop or untilled fallow is known as primary tillage. Like the mainly the primary tillage, the main function is when the in the field, when the crop is harvested, the first operation in the field with like any implement, like any tractor, harrows, disc harrows, anything, like the first operation is called as mainly the primary tillage in the field. And the next tillage practice is secondary tillage practices. Like secondary tillage will come after the primary tillage practices. Like it refers to the shallow tillage operations that is done after the primary tillage. Like after the primary tillage only secondary tillage will come, like to bring a good soil tilth, like for the growing of our crops and required condition of the for planting of our crops. Like the secondary tillage will bring to the soil, like in incorporation of manures and fertilizers, leveling, mulching, farming, and ridges and furrows are the main objectives. Like in the secondary tillage, the main functions are like when we are applying the manures in the field means like it like in the secondary tillage practices, it is used to like mixing all the soil, and leveling. For the leveling also the secondary tillage is practicing, and the mulching, and the farming of the ridges and furrows, like for the sowing of any maize and sugarcane crops, like preparing of the ridges and furrows. And it includes with the help of like harrowings or pulverizings and racking, and leveling and ridging operations are mainly done in this secondary tillage operations. And the next is the seedbed preparation. Like in the, it is also come under the preparatory tillage only. Like a seedbed preparation means like after the primary and secondary tillage, like some crops require like a very finer of soil particles, like for the chili and for also onion, like mainly require of a like good seed bed conditions. In that conditions, like it refers to a very shallow operation intended to prepare a seed bed or make the soil to suit for planting. And mainly like for the preparation of the seed bed are like ready to transplant in the field. Like mainly the seed bed preparation is done, like weed control and structural development of the soil are the main objectives. Like for the control of the weeds and preparing of a good soil condition is the main objective in the seed bed preparation. This all about the preparatory tillage. Now we see the intertillage or intercultivation. Like in the word only there will be a meaning. Like intertillage or intercultivation means like after the growing of a crop, mainly in between of any two rows, like the practices done with the tillage operations are called as intertillage. It refers to a shallow tillage operations done in the field after the sowing or planting. Like see this image like indicates like after the planting only, with the help of the tillage operations they are doing the operations. Like prior to harvest of the crop plants, tillage during the crop stand in the field. Like this tillage only done when there is a crop in the field, it will come under the intertillage only. Like it includes intercultivating with the harrowing or hoeing or weeding, earthing up, like farming ridges and furrows, all will come under the intertillage. Up to now we completed the on season tillage. Now we came to the off season tillage. Like in the off season tillage means like it indicates like summer tillage operations. Like tillage operation is done for conditioning the soil during the uncropped season. Like after the sowing of any crop, like there will be a between of gap in the period, like in summers like 1 or 2 months there will be a gap. It will come in this period the farmers are doing this tillage operations, like with the main objective of water conservation. Like when there is a rains in the summer, there will be a possibility to conserve of rainwater in the soil, and leveling to the desirable grade. Like some of the fields are like in the different grades, like some are in a very high or very low, like bringing the soil to good conditions, and leaching to remove salts or soil reclamations, and also like removing of other salts like acid or basic contents, and reducing the population of the pest and disease in the soil. Like some of the pests are some of the insects and some of the diseases are inside in the soil, like it is used to bringing out of the death of any pest or insects. Like in the off season tillage there will be like mainly stubble or post harvest tillage, and the second is the summer tillage, and third is the winter tillage, and the fourth is the fallow tillage. All these come in under the off season tillages. First is the stubble or post harvest tillage. Like stubble or post harvest tillage means like tillage operations carried out immediately after the harvest of crop. Like after the harvest of any crop like rice or wheat or any crop, next only the tillage practices are done in the field is come under the post harvest tillage. Like crop to clear off the weeds and crop residues and restore the soil structure. Like this will help for the farmer to clear off the weeds and some other crop residues like pest or any disease attacks weeds plants. It will all will be cleared through the stubble or post harvest tillage. And the next is the summer tillage. Mainly in the summer tillage, like when in the summer like mid May or in the mid April conditions, mainly the summer tillage practices are done. Like operation being done during summer season in the tropics to destroy weeds. The main motto is to in summer tillage is to like destroy weeds or and soil borne pest and diseases, mainly to control of these, like destroying weeds and soil borne pest and diseases only. Mainly the farmers are doing summer tillage practices, like checking the soil erosion and retaining the rainwater through summer showers. Like in the like mainly the off season tillage motto is to like to protect of the soil conditions, like to control of the weeds and pest and diseases and conserve of the water. Mainly the summer tillage is done. And this is a winter tillage. Like summer in the winter side, like in the temperate regions mainly there will be winter conditions. In these conditions mainly the field is unfit for raising of the crops in that particular seasons, like in the November and December. Mainly like it is not suitable for the cultivation of any crop. Like in this time mainly the plowing or harrowing is done in the places where soil condition is optimum. Like main this motto is to like in winters also to destroy weeds in the temperate regions, mainly to improve the physical condition of the soil. These practices are done in the temperate regions mainly. The next is the fallow tillage. Mainly the fallow tillage, like the farmers, some of the farmers are leaving the land barren for the many years. In these conditions this fallow tillage is working. Mainly it refers to the leveling of arable land uncropped for a season or season for various reasons. Like uncropped land will bring under the tillage conditions, mainly in this fallow tillage. Like a tilled fallow represent an extreme condition of soil disturbance to eliminate all weeds and control of soil borne pest and attacks. Mainly the off season tillage main motto is to like to protect from the weeds and to escape of the pest and diseases. Mainly the farmers are doing all these like tillage operations. Thank you for giving this opportunity.